Come on!
It's started, Guys, we are here. Champions League review. Champions League final. Liverpool have beaten Spurs 2-0 to lift their 6th Champions League of all time. They'll be third in the list now behind AC Milan, who's on 7, and Real Madrid, who's on 13. I'm going to start with the Liverpool fan. He obviously got murdered my brother, by the way. I don't know how he ended up Liverpool, but anyway.
How did he end up Man United?
Because I have sense. 29 years. Anyway, yeah. What are you thinking? How are you feeling? Obviously, you're happy.
This is a monumental moment in our history. We was there last season, and we capitulated against Real Madrid, and now it's a new era of dominance. You're going to see Liverpool win a lot more trophies.
Slow down a bit. Let's rein it back in a bit. That's an era of dominance. You won one massive trophy, biggest trophy in Europe. But you really think that this is going to be now we're going to go and dominate?
I think it's a catalyst for us winning more trophies.
But dominating and winning trophies.
Yeah, I mean, who else really is there to...
Man City?
Yeah, and what they just going to win the Premier League every now and then? Maybe the FA Cup. They ain't ever going to lift the Champions League.
I mean, that's a very bold statement. Obviously, I'll be happy if Man City never lift the Champions League. But what did you make of the game, Kyle? Obviously, 2 English sides. It's supposed to be a bit of a advert for Premier League football.
It was actually. It was, an all-English final. In fact, as a matter of fact, all-English European final, because we had Chelsea and Arsenal in the Europa League. So the Premier League was really on display in the last few days. And this match in itself, it was actually poor of quality from back to front. There was maybe 1 or 2 standout players in maybe the Liverpool side, like Van Dijk, Alisson. And apart from that, it was a poor game. Neither team could string together like 5 passes, 5 yard passes. They was, in the end, they were just reverting to hoofing the ball up the pitch.
It was poor. I've never seen for 2 teams that don't play that kind of football. Granted, Spurs got to the final by playing the long ball. Obviously, when they had to against Ajax. Not so against Man City, but against Ajax, they did that when they brought on Llorente. But Liverpool don't have that kind of striker. So I don't understand why they just kick. I know at the first they were going direct to try and find Mane, but it wasn't. Okay, he won the penalty, got the ball down the left flank, won the penalty, but other than that, I just think I don't know. Was it the tactics from Klopp, or did the pressure of a final and what it meant to get back to a final, having to win it, Spurs being there first? Did the pressure of it just get to them?
I think I agree with Kyle. Like it was poor from both ends. And I couldn't work out what Liverpool were doing. We don't play like that. We're high pressing, high intensity. Tottenham as well. But from a Liverpool fan point, I couldn't understand what was going on. And they came out in the second half and they weren't chasing down balls. No one was moving. So I don't know if Klopp said, look, we've got a 1-0 lead. Let's try and hold on to it and wait for some space to open up at the back and hit them on the counter. But we couldn't string our pass together. 3-4 passes and the ball was out for a throw-on. It was terrible. But we've been playing bad all season and nicking points and winning games. And I think it just showed we just got that bit more class than Tottenham.
Speaking of Spurs, obviously Poch made a big call at the beginning, at the starting lineup. Obviously Kane hasn't played for, must be about 5-6 weeks now.
They said it was 53 days.
53 days.
Played, yeah.
So that's about 6 weeks. And Moura getting a hat-trick in the semi-final. Obviously, the big call would have been Moura or Kane. Before the match, and in hindsight, do you think it was the right decision to start Kane, first and foremost? And did he have to drop Moura to get Kane into the team?
For me personally, it was the correct decision to start Kane. You have to start Kane. He's the best player. He's your best goal scorer, and you already know that the team that you come up against. So you've played Dortmund in this last 16. You played Ajax in the semi-finals. They're not defensively the best side, and even Man City on their day sometimes they can be got at defensively. But defensively, Liverpool are sound. Like they got Van Dijk at the back, who was voted player of the season. And I just don't think that he's going to be fooled by someone like Lucas Moura. Like honestly, I don't think he's going to be fooled. Like you're not going to beat him in the air. You literally have to like outdo him, like man for man. And
I don't
Harry
think
Kane,
anyone's dribbled.
But no one's dribbled past him all season.
Yeah, exactly. So saying, Lucas Moura start would have been for me. No, you have to start Harry Kane. Whether it's him dropping deep so he gets some space from Van Dijk and hitting a 25-yarder, I don't know. But I also don't think dropping Moura was the right decision. I think he starts and you don't play wings. I mean, Eriksen has to start centre mid. That was my when someone asked me, what would you have done for Spurs if you was the manager? What was your starting 11? I put Eriksen centre mid, and obviously Ali with and Moura. And
additionally, because when you think, obviously Kane is the striker, but this season he's been playing much deeper than like a normal number 9. So they could, if you really wanted to, put Kane just behind like Son, for example, and Moura out wide. But yeah, I would agree. I think Kane had to start. 100% had to start. But yes, Moura, for me, it's not a bad decision to have him off the bench, because you saw when he came on, when it was only 1-0, he created, there was an impetus in the game, whether it was from his injection or the fact that Winks came off and Eriksen came on. There was an injection into the game, and Spurs started getting a bit more joy, even though they didn't create too much, but they still tested Alisson more than they did in the first half. So yeah, I think Kane was the right decision to start, but Moura could have started as well. But actually, when he came on, it was only 1-0, so the game was still there. It wasn't like, that decision cost them, as far as I'm concerned anyway. But on Liverpool, obviously, Firmino, that was I think really the only big call that Klopp had to make. He's been off injured. He wasn't in the game at all. Was that the right decision for him to start? Obviously, Origi came on and got the goal, but would Liverpool have been better off? I mean, look, you got the win in the end, but would Liverpool have been better off with Origi from the start? Because I just don't. For me, it was nearly like you were playing with 10 men.
Yeah, I didn't hear Firmino's name much, and he didn't do much. But I just think if he's fit, you have to start him. He's Bobby. Like, he's intelligent. Like, he draws defenders out. He's that guy that really creates space for Mane and Salah. Obviously, in hindsight, he didn't do much, but Origi came off the bench, and Origi's done that. He's come off the bench and had impacts throughout the season against Newcastle, Everton. So, yeah, obviously we won, so it was the right decision. But I would, as long as Firmino was fit, I would always start him, because that's the front three. Salah, Mane, Firmino.
And that's the thing for me. Like, obviously, people on Twitter now are saying, Poch, it was his fault because he started Kane. But for me, it's the same situation as Firmino.
Yeah.
Like, you have to start. Origi came on and scored, so it becomes a correct decision. Let's say Moura came on and scored. Was it wrong for Klopp to start Firmino? No, I don't think that's the determining factor. Origi came on and scored. Moura had 2 chances to score and missed them both. If he scores that, you say super sub. So yeah, the game is fine margins. I don't think it was great quality, but Liverpool, they deserve to win because they took their chances. Spurs didn't really create anything or a proper chance until they went 2-0 down. They had a few openings, Son running at the defenders, Van Dijk came and cleared off, or caught up with him and cleared out, when I think he was really bearing down on goal.
That 1-0. But Lucas Moura's first one was that 1-0.
Yeah, from the not the corner. Oh, when
from the
cutback. The cutback. Yeah. That was at 1-0.
I think most of the chances came at 1-0 because we scored a goal in the 80.
True. I mean, I would, other than that Moura, that one, because the one actually was the one from the corner at 1-0 as well.
No, that was at 2-0.
Was that 2-0?
Yeah.
What, Son
No, that was 1-0. It was a 1-0. It was a 1-0. It was a 1-0. So yeah, they created those 2 chances. But across 90 minutes, 2 clear-cut chances? A few shots from, Eriksen free kick that Alisson saved, and a few shots from outside the box that Alisson, saves that you expect him to make. Man the match. Actually, before we even go into that, the big call, 27 seconds, I think, has been registered at. I think it was quicker than that, actually. Maybe when the referee gave the decision, it was 27 seconds. But the moment that Mane flipped the ball onto Sissoko, penalty.
I mean, given the new rules that's been implemented as of today, as of this Champions League final, you have to give it. But prior to it, if you go say it's any other match during this whole competition, that penalty doesn't stand. It honestly doesn't.
You say that. But look at PSG, Man United, and that was given.
But the difference is, look how far out that was from. The distance from the player striking the ball to what's his name? Kimpembe. That handled it. The distance was huge. Literally, he was right next to Mane. He was so close to Mane.
Do you know? I think it was why it was easy to give. Yeah,
and he jumped to
his hand was up here. I think he was signaling to someone
to do something, to cover behind.
But his hand was up here. If the ball hits you, I don't care how close. If your hand's up here,
fair enough.
You have to give.
No, fair enough. If it struck his arm directly, I'm like, cool. But the fact that it came off his chest and bounced onto his arm.
What they were saying when they showed the replay is that his hand was moving down. So it's like it hit his chest, but his hand was moving down towards the ball. I don't know, but I just think you didn't help yourself. Your hand's up there that high.
I don't think you can complain.
Yeah.
I don't think you can complain. If it wasn't given,
I don't think you can complain.
I mean, Liverpool would complain, and I would have sympathy. I think, for me, it was an easier decision to give than not give. Because, why is your hand out there? I know why it was. You're making signals, but you're in the area. Most people, when they get in the area, they're going like that behind. My man's going, it's actually brain. Like, obviously, early in the game, maybe, who are you even signaling to? Because you're looking at the ball. You don't know even what's behind you. So who are you actually signaling to? I'm baff. But but I think because of how far his hand out, even under the old rules, not saying it would have been correct or not, but it would have been easy for a referee to give it because his hand was so far away from the body. But it wasn't intentional. He didn't deliberately handball, and he wasn't attempting to make himself bigger, i.e. to block the ball. But you can't put your hand out there in the area. I think it's just stupid. Salah gets his goal after he injured himself in last year's final. Yes,
redemption.
He injured himself, and pretty much stayed like that until Origi got his goal. Man the match.
For me, I have to give it to Van Dijk. I was tossing up between Alisson because he made some good saves, but he wasn't tested that much. But Van Dijk made some serious, crucial defensive, whatever the word is, mate. But
interceptions,
blocks, he was just class
tackles,
tonight. Balls
headers.
Coming over the top, Van Dijk all the way. Corners, Van Dijk. His positioning. That I don't know who was it was running on goal, and was it Son?
Yeah,
and he just the last minute tackle, brilliant. Didn't slide in, didn't lose his composure. What a guy! What a guy!
Man, that
DVD.
You know what? I've been thinking about it. I don't think it was Van Dijk. I'm gonna go with Trent.
Really?
Yeah, Trent. And I tell you why. Like, he did his job to the best of his ability, and he put in a number. Apart from the corners, obviously in the first 3 or 4 corners he took, they weren't happening, and then they switched up. They started going with other players with corners, and still nothing. But apart from the corners, he put in some quality balls into the box. But because of the lack of quality from, like I said, from either side, no one was finishing. Literally, no one was finishing.
A lot of our corners were trash, man.
He was very effective down that right hand side. Very effective.
Were there any cards in the game?
No.
I don't remember any cards. But that just shows the lethargy of the game.
I don't know.
No one's pressing. No one's going in and making those challenges. Granted, Liverpool were the ones who took the lead early, and Spurs had the ball. So
I'm saying because both teams usually high intensity, and both teams were just lethargic, slow. They weren't pressing. They weren't.
Do you think the 3-week break had an impact on it?
That's what I was gonna say. It must have. They hadn't had a competitive match for 3 weeks. Clearly not match sharp. Huh?
Ranger friendly. Player reserve.
Well, Liverpool did try. They had a friendly arranged, and the other team had to pull out because of whatever reason, and they tried to get something else in.
Should have just played their reserves or the under 19s or something like that.
But it's clearly, I don't know if it was the heat as well as not being match sharp, not being being competitive for 3 weeks on both sides. So
I think it had a small impact, but nothing because
I'm looking at some of the runs and usually Salah's sprinting, man is sprinting, and they weren't even as quick as usual.
No, you know what?
Salah got beat by who was it? Vertonghen. Like, it was strange.
He had about a 10-yard head start, but you know what? I just think that for both teams, they were both nervous. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
Liverpool.
We had a lot to lose. We had a lot to lose.
Liverpool were in their own heads thinking, well, we lost it last year, and we're back.
We had a lot to lose,
and we can't mess up. And because you saw, they were on it on the first minute. Hence why they won the penalty. Because the first thing Neeks said was, the danger is going to be Mane down that side against Trippier.
Him and Robertson.
He's going to have problems,
yeah,
and that's exactly what happened in the first minute. You can see it already. Oh, problems. As soon as they won the penalty and scored, they were nervous. They're playing in their own head. Well, we can't throw this. We can't. What do we do here? Do we go and get more? They might.
Well, that's what I think it is.
Spurs are playing their first ever Champions League final. They also don't know what to do. They're all over the place. They're like, how do we approach this? Do we go now to get back into this? And then by the time they tried, it was just all too late. It was all too... Because you saw after about maybe 65 minutes, no, maybe about 70, 75 minutes, and they started playing, right? You're like, they could have done this from before, but they were nervous.
Yeah. They didn't want to lose the game early.
Neither team
and Liverpool didn't want to give none away after getting an early goal.
If that penalty didn't go in, 100% first 20, 25 minutes, you're seeing all Liverpool, because they're going to get that goal. But as soon as that goal went in...
Yeah, I agree. I think we got the goal, and then everything starts thinking, all right, we can't throw this away now. We've been there last season. We have to keep this. But it's almost like we were trying to slow the game down, and only 5 minutes had gone. I couldn't understand.
I saw Trent walking over to take the corner.
Yeah, I'm like,
Alisson,
we've got 85 minutes left. You can't do. You have to go for the second goal. And I think, obviously, from the Tottenham side of things, they'd not been to a major final like this in I don't know how long. So, obviously, they don't know really how to approach it. But I think what was the difference is the signings that we made from our from what happened last season. Like Alisson, so much more comfortable on the ball than...
But Karius?
Yeah.
Karius sick, what are you thinking about? Bring back Karius, man. I love that guy, man. Things were good when Karius didn't go in it.
And I think what helped us as well was Milner coming on. Like, just that bit of experience, like, just...
Nearly scored.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that bit of experience and knowing how to... we didn't control the game at all, but at least trying to bring something towards the game. It was
a weird
but
final.
We won.
It was a weird final.
We won.
Oh, yeah, you said Liverpool won.
Divock Origi. Woo! Divock Origi. That guy, man. Oh.
Where did Liverpool go from here? Because I said before the final, I said Liverpool had to. Like, for me, they had to win. I said, logically speaking, emotionally speaking, only a Liverpool win makes sense. Like, you can't get to two finals. One of them, you were the underdogs against Real Madrid. You lost it.
And luckily, just goalkeeping.
It wasn't unlucky. You didn't deserve to win it. You didn't deserve to win it.
You got outplayed.
You did.
That first 30 minutes, when Salah was on the field, Real Madrid couldn't hand us. We had more shots than them and we were controlling the game.
You say more shots. More shots than them. Like, what, 1 versus 0? Or 2 versus 1?
We was a lot better with Salah on the field. And Salah came up.
Of course.
I guess we didn't know what to do then. We was like, our star man's gone. What do we do?
You were in a Spurs position, maybe. You didn't know how to approach the final. Real Madrid had been there 2 years before.
You didn't have a Gareth on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. And all that as well. This year
we got to do Divock Origi.
This year, you've gone in as a favourites. And for me, obviously, with Klopp's record, having in terms of finals not being very good, the season Liverpool had them missing out of the Premier League on the last day by 1 point. They had to win. Because for me, if you don't win this, You go into the next
season
season, you're
start
like,
again.
what? Like,
what do we have
what
to
do we do?
Yeah,
Because
we have
this is our best ever season. Some saying the best ever team in the
lost
Premier League
one
era.
game in the Premier
In the
League.
lost one game in the Premier League. And we ain't got no trophy. Like, got to a Champions League final and lost to underdog Spurs.
Barcelona
What?
4-0.
Yeah, beat Barcelona 4-0. And we still not winning. What do we actually do? And for that point, you're like, I think the players and even the commander have to start questioning, are we ever going to win? Now, I'm not saying they're going to say, I want out. But you have to start questioning, well, if we didn't win it last year, we were the best. And now everyone's going to improve. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Juventus, Man United, Chelsea, maybe not Chelsea because they got transfer ban. Man City are probably going to strengthen. Tottenham, Arsenal won't because, well, I say Tottenham, I don't even know, but Arsenal won't because they ain't got no money. You have to think, well, if not now, when? They've done it. Now what?
We got Charity Shield.
I mean, we don't talk about Charity Shield on Neeks Sports. It is not a trophy. No Man City fan who won it, no quadruple, no nothing. It's not. They're not having it. It's not.
I'm not even saying it as something to be proud of, but it's a winning mentality, winning something. I think if we go ahead and I actually think we'll beat Man City.
I need to say that, innit? Huh? Like 2 months to go.
I think we will. But
you're being a Liverpool fan again. You're jumping the gun.
It's going to get worse now, Kyle.
You're talking about the best team in England, isn't it? We're just going to beat them.
The best team in England, and they picked us by 1 point. So they're not that far ahead of us. They're not that far ahead of us.
There's only so much.
It does, because we're talking about us and them. They're not that far ahead of us.
But no, what? They're still the best team in England.
Yeah.
They won the league back to back.
Are they? Are they? I don't know. They ain't really won the Champions League.
What?
I don't know.
Wait, if you talk about all the English trophies, right?
All right, yes, they are the best team in England.
Wait,
Let's not go and say they are the best team in England.
Right.
They are the best team in
So
England.
you're just going to casually just beat them.
just turn out the Wembley and just roll them over.
I just think we're going to build a momentum. I think if we do beat them, we'll build a momentum. We might not win the Premier League. Hopefully,
you got the Super Cup as well against Chelsea, and then you're going to have the Club World Cup in December.
So I just think if we can get into a winning mentality and start winning trophies, we haven't won a trophy since 2012. The team that was there on the field right now,
that was a joke trophy.
Exactly.
Anyway.
I don't even really count that, but the team that was on the field, they hadn't won a trophy apart from maybe what.
The one that won it today.
Yeah, today. Apart from Sturridge with Chelsea,
Milner
with Man City, and is that it?
I don't know what Alisson may have done in Roma and that kind of stuff, but yeah.
So it was about us getting over the line, and I think now that we're over the line, we've got that trophy, we can start challenging. We're clearly going to strengthen our squad. To what extent, I don't know, but we can possibly start challenging for the FA Cup, because you see what we did this season. FA Cup was literally like, well, we haven't got the place for that. So, yeah, I think we've got a couple more trophies in us.
And where do Spurs go from here?
Where do Spurs go from here? Man.
Because before the final, Poch spoke about, well, he was talking about his future will be decided after the final. So I don't know what his plans are. We know Eriksen's contract's running down. Where do Spurs go from here? New stadium.
They're going to follow directly in the fellow North London club, new stadium, and just downhill from there. I'm telling you, this was the best that they could have given. They're never going to win the league. The quality, maybe like 2-3 years ago, especially the year when Leicester,
that was their chance.
That was their year to win the title, and they threw it. Like, a better year is not going to come, because the quality is only going to in the leagues is only going to grow, and they're not going to be able to keep up with that kind of quality and the amount of money the league's going to spend. Teams like Man City, Liverpool, Man United, that they're going to spend heavily. Spurs are not going to be able to keep up, so they're never going to win the league now. They had their best chance. This was their best chance to win the Champions League. This is not going to happen again. And like you said, players like Eriksen, whose contract's running out,
Toby Alderweireld,
he's going to leave. And if Poch does go, you might see 1 or 2 go with him, like Ali or Kane. Say he goes Real Madrid. No, he won't, because Zidane's there. But it was PSG. I don't know, for example.
Juve. I think Juve. I think apparently Juve won him
Juve or PSG.
Or Pep.
He might take 1 or 2 with him.
He might take Pep.
He might take Ali, or he might take Kane. And obviously Eriksen's and Toby won out, and this is it for them. Like, this is it. They already didn't spend anything this summer because, well, the 2 windows, January and summer. And because they don't have anything, because they just built a new stadium.
But I think apparently they've got 100 million to spend this summer. But as you said,
but what can that buy?
One, 2 players.
One good player.
I'll say 2. But if Spurs, you can get 2 like 50 million players with 100 million. If they sell Toby, that's 25 million they'll get for him. But yeah, they'll have to keep all their players and then get 2 or 3 with the 100 million to really strengthen the team. But I agree. I think with both of you, I think Liverpool had to win it. They did win it, and now I think they're going to go forward and challenge on more fronts because as I said, they had to forego the FA Cup this year. They was knocked out of the League Cup at the first time. Look at Man City; they pretty much got 2 11s. They can go for every trophy and see what happens, kind of thing. I mean, I don't
quality 11s as well, not just.
I don't ever want Liverpool to win the Premier League.
Come on, you Reds!
But if Man City are focusing on the Champions League next year, because I think Pep needs it, Man City need to win. That's what the Sheikhs went in there for, to put Man City on the map with the rest of Europe. Winning domestic trophies is great, and everyone said that you're a very good side, you're a great side. But you will never go down in history, the record books, the legend books, unless you win the Champions League. So I think they're going to go probably all out for it next year. Not that they didn't go for it this year, but in terms of resting, or you might get knocked out of the League Cup early, get knocked out of the FA Cup early, so you have less games. And that could open the door for Liverpool, who still desperately want the Premier League. So it could open the door for them. But yeah, I wouldn't account anything at this stage. A lot to see what happens in the summer. But it is what it is. Liverpool, 6 times champions of Europe. Well done.
Allez, allez, allez.
Can I finish the
sorry.
Can I close out?
But before you close out, Jurgen Klopp, if you see this, if you happen to see this, whatever Divock Origi wants in his next just give it to him. Just give it. Divock Origi.
You acting like the guy's messy.
Magician. Divock Origi is the new magician. That's it, guys. We're out. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Congratulations to Liverpool, champions of Europe 2018-19.